Hi, Karen here. This is part 2 of trying to save our goat. His name is Picky. He was very sick with severe parasite infestation. So this is day 4 since we've taken him to the vet, and good to say that he's doing much better. We didn't know if he's gonna make it, but I'll just walk you through what we've been doing in the last few days to try to, in a bit, to save his life. Right now what we're doing is we're just gonna get some autumn hay to feed him because he's had diarrhea, really serious diarrhea, and with the autumn hay it's a bit drier and it should help with the diarrhea. And I think his diarrhea stopped a couple of days ago, yesterday, so he's on the road to recovery, and I'll just show you what we've been doing. So we just got the hay and we're gonna go walk to the paddock to feed it to him. Apart from the hay, I've also been feeding him the nutrient powerhouse, which is nothing but comfrey. I'm gonna walk to my garden to get some comfrey. Now, the goat has been extremely anemic, which means because the parasite's been sucking the blood out of her. So she's very, very anemic. What we have been doing is to give her plants that is very high in iron. So what we're doing is we're giving him dock leaf. If you know what yellow dock, it's basically this plant. This one. Yep. So I'm just been picking them and feed it to the goat. And because I want this to regerminate, I'm just picking the top. Hopefully it will grow back. Not hopefully, it will grow back again. So these are very high in nutrients, and it will really help him with his anemia. He's still very, very anemic. He's much better, but he still needs a lot of work in terms of getting him back to health. We've been giving him dewormer. See, I've got them growing. I'm so glad. I didn't take them all out because there was one afternoon I went outside and I kind of dug them out because we just got too much of them. But you know what? I'll never dig them out again because these are actually good, not just for the animals. It's actually edible as well. Good for us as well. You can turn it in. You can take the leaves and turn it into tea. You can take the root and make a tea out of it, and it's great. It's got a lot of nutrients, so I've got a few of them, which is great. So this is a good handful. And of course, I'm not going to forget my comfrey. Most of you who do organic gardening, you know about comfrey. Comfrey is this plant that has very high in nutrient. I recommend anyone who has a veggie garden to have comfrey. This is a comfrey, and it is extremely resilient. You can pull out all the leaves and it will just grow back in a week or so. So don't be scared to just take the leaves off. So I've been feeding the goats this because these have lots of very, very high in nutrients. And if you have comfrey in your garden, what you can do is you can make a comfrey tea. It's like a booster for the veggies. What you do is you pull out the comfrey leaves, scrunch them up, and then just soak them in water and wait for a week. Then you can use that water to water your plants, and that's like a really good fertilizer. Alright, I think I've had enough of comfrey for today for the goat. So really what we're doing is to not only dealing with the worm, we're actually putting nutrients back in his body to get his immune system to a good jump start, because he's lost a lot of blood because of the parasites. So, yep. Goat. Yes, Picky's much better. No.
Much faster. Look, I moved it.
By yourself? You're gonna get electrocuted, my boy.
Because I turned it off. Look.
Oh, I taught you how to turn it off, didn't I?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Just for safety.
Yes, just in case. Yesterday, Mummy got electrocuted.
What happened?
It was not nice. I touched that. I didn't realize. So very smart boy. Come. Now hold this. And
Who's it for?
it's for mainly Picky, yeah? Because Picky needs it. Picky is very, very sick.
Will the other ones eat it?
A little bit is okay. Oh, don't. This one is save it for Picky. So, can you give that to
Give
Picky?
everyone one.
No.
But give Picky the most.
All right,
So
that
Picky
will
can
work
do
too.
munching on their own.
Picky. This goat really, the male goat really smell like goat. Very, very strong smell.
Step from me.
This one is a bit in the face. So, you need to give it to Picky.
Give it one.
So we can also.
Does Picky like them?
Yes, Picky really good. We can give one to other goats.
Yeah, so that Picky munching on their own.
Yeah, but this one will just be in the way. Come on, go with this one. You need to take some space. Coming back to Picky, the way we've saved things, so if you can see in part 1 of our video, he was extremely sick. He was just lying in the hut and unable to move much. But he's much better now, but you can still see the aftermath of the diarrhea he's had. See there's this brown stuff. He stopped having diarrhea now, but he's still extremely skinny. But it hurts me to watch him like that. But so what we've done is we've given him wormer from the vet. It's a very, very strong dewormer. We've given him electrolytes, and on top of that, autumn hay just to help with the diarrhea. And also I've been giving him daily comfrey and dandelion leaf and dogwood. Again, I don't know if it's called dogwood or dog leaf, but anyway, it's called yellow dog leaf, I think. Yellow dog leaf. So, and he's made a really good recovery. He's still a long way to go. On top of that, just one last thing that we've done to help him is we've given him a natural dewormer as well. So this is a mixture. Our neighbor made it up for us, which is really kind. It's basically apple cider vinegar, garlic, molasses, which has got lots of good minerals, as well as a homeopathy remedy that's good for worming. So we put it in there and been feeding the whole flock with it. But ultimately, we do need to find a more long-term solution. If we keep all these goats in just one paddock, they are going to have a recurring parasite problem. So what we're going to start thinking about doing is to move them every day. Oh, good job! That's a lot! That's Zachary. Sorry, where is Zachary? Can you find him? Yeah. So the more longer-term solution, the longer-term solution would really be to move them from paddock to paddock. So we have a movable electric fencing that we can just section it off, so we can give them a small space every day and move them on every day. If we can do every day, if not every second day. So the plan is to maybe separate the goats and the sheep. The goats might go first or the second, and then we'll move them on to the next paddock and keep doing that. And then the last one, we'll have the chickens and the ducks following, hopefully to eat up all the parasites, all the worms. So when they move on, the parasite can't really stay in the system very much. That's one of the things that I've seen on YouTube, and when I did my research, that's one of the ways to tackle worm. But of course, we still want to give them like the natural dewormer, because I don't really want to give them very strong dewormer. But going forward, we'll be giving the apple cider vinegar with garlic and things like that. So Zachary's gonna get some more hay for the goats. Just take it out, Zachary. Zach, don't touch the fence. Can you take some for the alpacas, please? Let's get a good handful for the alpaca. Yeah.
I got some.
They don't need so much this guy, so give some to the calm down. Just sit down there.
That's a smaller than
It's about 5 years old. back to Picky. He's made really good recovery. Still a long way to go to get him to gain weight again. But just looking at how much he's interested in food and how he's eating, he's done well. But I want to show you how pale he actually is. If you look closely at his eyes, can you show me your eye? You look at it. Yeah, so you can hear the tummy grumbling. So the tummy is still not the best, not doing the best. But and the other thing I want to show you is the horn. You can see that the horn has been cut, and it's been cut because if we don't cut it, it's gonna grow into the head, into the skull. It just keeps growing. It's just as is. It's only like a centimeter left in there. We have to cut again. We may have to dehorn him because this is just gonna keep growing, and you can look at this. It's in the way, so we have to cut it to save his life. Otherwise, if it grow into his skull, he would just die. So we have to saw it off the other day, saw a chunk off. But let's have a look at his eyes. I'm gonna show you his eye. Pinky, come, Picky, not Pinky, but Picky. Look at how pale. Just a bit closer. Look at how pale it actually is. See, he's almost white. There's no color in it, so he's extremely. See this? See this? See how white it is? He's very, very anemic. This one just came over because they thought I have food. I have more food. So I'm not quite sure I captured that earlier, but what I want to show you is this in between has dipped so much. There's basically nothing in there, just skin. And I put my 2 fingers in there. I can feel my finger on the other side. It's actually quite heartbreaking to see that and to feel. I never wanted to touch that, but now that I've touched it, it's really, really heartbreaking. I think that gets so wicked. So he's probably basically just been starving to death, even though he's been eating and eating, but nothing has been absorbed because he's been all being taken by the parasite. So he's in a bad way. But let's hope that the worst is behind him. Alright.
What we've got here is the electrolyte solution for Picky. It's about just over a litre there.
Why is it yellow water?
It's electrolytes, got lots of vitamins and minerals in it.
Does it have color in it like yellow?
As you can see, she loves it as well. He's a lot brighter than he actually was. He's still scary thin, but you can't quite feel his ribs in the same way. Look at her trying to sneak in.
I can feel his lips.
It makes me sad looking at that.
The duckling wants to be with her friend. I'll take her.
He doesn't want any more?
Yeah, he will. Now, a few days back, he was scouring, which is basically the livestock term for diarrhea. And he was all black down his back legs and his sack. But it looks like he's doing not necessarily all that much better. So we just have to keep an eye on him, keep